Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where hopefully people don't want to fight us, but you never can tell with this game. So currently, Malacca, Bamanis, Japan, they all dislike us a fair amount. That's to be expected. Malacca, or rather Bamanis, still has big problems, so they're unlikely to fight us. Malacca has little problems, so they may try to fight us. Japan, on the other hand, they've got big ol' problems, fighting Russia and Moravi. Ming is on their side, but there's no way they're going to win that. So anyway, I suspect we're going to be at peace for a little while, and we're using that time to bulk up so that we can be at peace for longer. Now we can have... US is going to attack Haiti? Okay. So we can have an additional cannon unit here, and we're going to do that. Supply limit there is 41, but with the second army, it's a weight of 37. Now, overall, this is what? 38, 42, this is going to be 43 units here. So we should probably consider that it's going to be a dispute against Malacca. No thanks. We may start taking some attrition there. That said, we do have a good maneuver general there. Or a decent maneuver general. We could put this general in charge there, though. And I'm going to do that. And I'm actually going to pop the other general over to here. There we go. Now we should not run afoul of supply limits anytime soon. We could abolish standardized uniforms, but why would I want to do that? I like the drill gain. We're making plenty of money. Man, does the game ever get laggy when Russia and Ming go to war, though. It's kind of insane. Imperialism CB against a bunch of European countries. That's fun. Speaking of fun... that's interesting. Be interesting to see what ends up happening here. I think Russia is going to win this war, though, right? Yeah, they absolutely are. Also, we are going to go ahead and abandon the idea of naval supremacy. We abandoned that a long time ago. Ooh, 1 stability for losing an inflation. So we should think of this as a really bad form of this button. Because if we lose a stability, we would have to boost up for 142. So it costs twice as much as this button to reduce by 2. But it would also only be 50% as effective. There's no need for reform. We'll just put the power in here, get rid of an extra point of inflation, actually 3 extra points of inflation for roughly the same cost. We have to spend it anyway, so we may as well spend it as efficiently as possible. Now it is currently 1803, which of course the game ends in 1821, so we're getting close to the end there. But we're not quite there yet. Like I said in the last episode, I'm thinking about just ending this on episode 100 and then just playing to the end of the game. At the end of this episode, it's probably going to be, what, around 1805, 1806? And then at the end of the next one, probably 1812, 1815, maybe? Something around those lines. So, yeah, that's pretty doable, actually. That might not be the worst idea. I'd be really surprised at this point if anyone decided to declare war on us. If they do... Oh, this event again. We'll gain the Republican tradition this time. But I'd be really surprised at this point if anybody decided to declare war on us. We do need to pull out of Wergaia. So let's go ahead and find ourselves another low development. Palau would be a good option. And we'll work on developing these islands just a little bit. Need to tick forward a day so that our colonist comes back, and there we go. Perfection. Technically, we can mothball this fort, cutting its cost in half, but I want to keep it there in case Malacca declares on it again. That'd be nice. Then the question becomes, do we actually get our institution before the end of the game? I mean, I kind of feel like it's not going to happen at this point. We built a bunch of universities, but it's just not spreading the tech, or rather, spreading the institution very fast. Even with our buffed institution spread. Very strange. Well, let's go ahead and build a few more boats, I think. Can never have too many boats, except for when you have too many boats. But we're nowhere near having too many boats. If they hadn't kept declaring war on us and sinking a bunch of boats, then we'd probably have too many boats, but we don't. Ooh, knowledge sharing from Kamshadals. %1 growth towards enlightenment in our capital area provinces. I'm accepting that. That's going to cost us most of our income. And I'm aware of this. But that's also going to start creating a bunch of spread in this region. Yeah, we're already at 3% in Tonga. I mean, 100 months is still forever, but it'll do. 4.65. We're actually gaining about 1.5% growth in our capital. That's nice. And also down over here. So yeah, overall, I think we're currently losing a little bit of money. That's not good. We can do something about that by mothballing our transport fleet, and now we'll be gaining money again. So that is fantastic. Lost the diplomatic insult, CB, against Malacca. Oh no, whatever will I do? I really don't care. Hey, Burgers. Can I give you, like, monopoly charters or something? No? Okay. I could give a donation to the clergy, but I don't feel like that's very useful. I could send a Pope emissary. Maybe the Pope would let us, like, say, levy a church tax? Sure. We'll levy a church tax. Don't quite need to move out of ley yet. Also, what is our... How many 3 development provinces do we have left? Actually, not that many. We're doing pretty well on that front. Not bad, not bad. What is our current development? 875. I mean, we're getting there. We're not exactly a great power, but that was never the goal. Honestly, just the fact that we've never had to cede territory is a huge deal. Also a free stability. I'll take that. Colonial Brazil is to be the sole domain of Portugal. And Cascadia. Oof. Granada imperialism, CB. That's kind of exciting. Okay, clergy estate gains influence. Yep, they can do that. That's perfectly fine. In the meantime, we are actually making some money again, so that's great. And our armies are getting nicely drilled, and we're building up army professionalism. We're about to hit the conscription army, regaining manpower when disbanding. I don't know how useful that actually is right now, but maybe it's a little useful. We do need a little bit more drill gain, but we'll get there. We can, however, build additional boats. And so I shall. Ooh, poor Ming. Well, they ended the war without substantial losses in this area. They had some losses. But Ming is not doing well. They're Miltech 30, so they're maxed. I mean, most everybody at this point is maxed except for us, who are still trailing behind at 24, but that's to be expected. We started literally as far away from any institutions as we possibly could have. All things considered, we're not doing that poorly. And now we're catching up on tech, because these guys just don't have anything more to spend it on, a lot of them. Tunis is not maxed. Spain and France aren't. Austria is. US is. But yeah, ultimately, we are in a position where we're getting caught up pretty thoroughly now. We're only 4 Miltechs behind the stragglers, I guess you'd say, and 5 Miltechs or so, well, 6 Miltechs behind the top end. So that's definitely getting better. Let's go ahead and convert this one, since that's relatively cheap. Okay, Micronesia and Yas Sundarzo. We do actually need to move a colonist. Okay, where to next? We need to go to Nauru. Okay. Promote settlement growth. Here we go. Fantastic. Seuss is going to attack Mossy. Have fun with that. I mean, there's only 16 years left in the game, so it's not too surprising that I don't really care about things. At this point, I just want to stay alive and keep getting caught up. Like, the peace that I desperately wanted 100 years ago, I'll take right now. And realistically, we are basically at a position where, and yes, the United States is the defender of the Catholic faith. Good job, United States. But we're basically at a point now where we're unlikely to get declared on because we actually have our troops. Technically, we could get additional troops. Supply limit here is 41. We're at 38 weight with this army right now. I feel like we should maybe enlarge this army instead, since it's 48. But that said, maybe we should start a third army of roughly the same size. Or just bring this up to 48k. So we could have this be like up to 7 cannon. Well, I mean, it'll be up to 9. I don't know why that didn't update there, but whatever. It'll be up to 9 cannon compared to the 12 cannon in our first army. Turn 8 insulted us. How rude. But let's also build a couple more boats. Boats are good. I like boats. Hey Malacca, have you gotten around to building any boats? Let's see here. Malacca. Okay. They built 3 lightships and 30 transports. Good job, guys. Real strong navy you've got there. Says the guy who has not built a single heavy ship the entire game. And I don't plan to at this point. Like, realistically, just a trade fleet and a transport fleet is getting the job done. Sure, we have to cede naval supremacy, but that's okay. We've been able to outmaneuver in all of our weird little islands. And they just take crushing attrition, and we just don't care. Sounds good to me. So, how is that institution spread going over here? 50% already in our capital. 99.86% in Fiji. That's fantastic. 99.98. One more month until it gets embraced in our first province. Oh boy. So Micronesia needs to have its colonist moved. Let's go ahead and pull up where we need to go next. Looks like Marshall Islands. So up over here. Sounds good. And in we go, and we should have had that month our first embracement of enlightenment. Fantastic. That's 2.6%. We need 10% to actually embrace it. But look at that cost. We need to be saving up for that for sure, if we're going to get this. Now this should start it spreading in many different locations as well. And once it comes in some of these other university locations, it should just start cascading. Theoretically. We've got that sweet, sweet institution spread bonus. But it's just not enough. We're at 55% in our capital, though. It's really spreading fast over here. So that's great. Because we don't have long left. Under 15 years. Which is a wee bit unfortunate, perhaps. We could build province improvements, but I'm not going to. I'm mostly interested in getting this institution in. So we are currently at 58% in our capital. And I mean, it is spreading very quickly because Kim Shadal's kindly offered to do knowledge sharing. We did not have to do that. But we're going to hit Miltech 25 here very shortly. May 1807, so early next year. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.